Hello, this is me just doing a short video about words of power and how you can create your own and how you can use them in your daily life, and if you should adopt others like these or something more common like these, or just use whatever you think. Since this is a huge hit, this book, and you have these words of power like that, and they are shortcuts from different languages in the occult. So I just thought I'd talk about the origins of words of power and how you recognize your own words of power. First of all, it means, you could say it means God names. But is also what represents God for you. And then you can use any descriptive words of how you see the Creator. And you can use any language or a mix. As in those books by Damon Brand, and they mix Phoenician with Hebrew. Sometimes they mix in Greek, Latin. In Russia they use Russian names mixed with Greek, and in Latin and Catholic countries they use Latin and mix in with others. So it's always a mixture of languages. So there is the only thing why you use an old language is that many people have said these words in prayer. And that's why you can create for any deity or what you believe, who you pray to. So it isn't a shortcut. If you don't believe in a deity and you say the God names, it doesn't mean anything unless it has a spirit or an egregore related to it that is charged to obey by just that word. But otherwise it doesn't really matter. And they often shorten and mix the words, since especially in the occult circles, you are always fearful of that somebody might look over your shoulder and see what you are doing, or copycat you or something like that. So they can use the same words and mix them up together, and that creates their tradition. So but this is my own opinion and how I helped others to create from different religions all over the world. And this is the main thing. The ones that you relate to and believe are the most powerful. And alternative, you can use a book like Words of Power or Angelical Calls and use those words. And since most of the world, I think, is Abrahamic, my language, is most common, I think, throughout the world. But many see him as a provider, a father. He protects you, he nurtures you, he sends healing angels, he has Virgin Mary, all those things. Christ, who can heal. Whatever way you put it, you have these connections. And then you can go into the more like Sami or the Native Americans, the Celts, the Finnish, the Norse, and so forth, with sky, land, forest. And even the Christian Saint John of the Cross, he used descriptive words as describing Christ as a stag, once even a cow. And that means that even if you go with an Abrahamic God, there might be over 335 words, descriptions of only him in the Bible, with other words than the Father. So if you look closely within any text, you can see what he does. What he does for you is also a name to call in. And that's why I don't see so much different if you feel safe under a tree, like all people do. unless it's a thunderstorm. And many looked up the stars, like the lucky star and wish upon a star and all those beautiful things. And then we have the different aspects, the divine feminine, masculine, and the all. That is everything mixed together. And here it is Virgin Mary and Christ and God the Father. Or in Egyptian we can say it's Isis and Osiris. And they have so many different creation myths, so I chose not to put one there right now, since in that case I should need the Egyptian books to decide which one I prefer. Or most commonly in Europe and America, the moon and the sun, and the archetypes beneath them. And this one I already covered, Greek, Latin. And these are the tips I always ask when I try to help people. Who do you call out to when you are in panic, or if you really fear and everything feels hopeless, who do you scream to? And I don't mean just pray to, I mean who do you scream to if you are fearful? There is no way out, you can't go anywhere. Who do you call after that? That is usually a little clue. And then it's do you feel a connection within? Can you relate to anything that you can read or hear about him, her, or whatever? And then it's something that I don't usually categorize myself in. Do you believe in the tradition or religion? I usually don't ever. I believe in what I believe. I believe in God as the creator. I believe in the angels. I believe in the dark and the light. But that is not a religion or a tradition. That is me and my soul. And here is something that made me do the choice. I felt that I belonged for the first time in my life. I called out to other deities that my mother had and so on, but I didn't belong there. Michael was the first one who let me know that I belonged. So that's why he's so very important to me. And sacred, what is it to you? What does it mean to you? It's just as simple as that. Is it a newborn baby? Or is it holding hands with someone you love? Is it a small moments of sunrise, sunset, the moonrise, seeing the sea after many years? It can be whatever you say it is. And here's what I also ask always. Do you know that something exists, or do you believe that something exists? And that is something that evolves and changes throughout your life, so don't ever put everything into one cup or a basket. And let it evolve. That's the whole point of human existence, is to evolve and change. And here is one very important message. The occult is the smallest fraction of all religions on the earth. And it is that in Magick we tap into the belief systems and the energies of those who pray, those who are connected to the spirit, to connect to the energies and create change with the energy that already exists. And sometimes we can use the energies to create new energies, but that is another topic. And so you don't have to be an occultist to call upon an angel. You don't have to be anything. It's all right to say that I believe in Virgin Mary, but I don't believe in Christ. You can say that you believe in fairies. You can say that you believe in dragons and Christ. You can, but just be honest and start from wherever you go. Or you can say that you don't believe in anything but yourself. And then you can look at your fingers and think of, you have blood within your fingers. And the blood keeps your heart pumping, and so on. So that's a miracle as well. So have a magical, magical day. Bye for now. And I hope this inspires